Welcome back, everybody, to my next movie review. This movie review is about a movie that, although it's a guy flick, it has a lot less pervasive profanity in it. Let's see if it tells me what it was rated. It's still rated R, but this movie actually didn't have the F-bomb dropped in it like on a frequent basis. It just shows people getting their butts kicked and, bar fights and all that fine stuff. It's of a more like adult nature. The star of this movie, of course, now is unfortunately deceased. He was a very, very talented actor, and not to mention handsome. It's, of course, this movie, Roadhouse, with Patrick Swayze in it, and, of course, Ben Garza, Kelly Lynch, and Sam Elliott. But this was an awesome movie, and Patrick Swayze, I mean, it's like, you just look at him. I mean, he's handsome right there on the cover. I mean, and he was a very, very, very talented actor. I mean, not many guys can do movies like this, where he, beats people up, but, he tries not to. And he stands up to the, town bully and what have you, and, just lets everybody know, hey, I might not be the biggest person in the world, and, you might, think you're all that in a bag of chips, but you're not going to beat me up and yank me around and whatever. It's almost like a bouncer version of Walking Tall. But, it's an extremely good movie. I mean, it shows, that the life of the bouncer isn't exactly the easiest job in the world. It can be pretty hard because you get these people that, they get like a drop of alcohol in them and they think they're all that in a bag of chips, and, people who, quote-unquote, basically own the town or think they own the town, and they're all that and everything, and they beat up people because they don't, like anything that the person's doing or what have you. But, I mean, it just shows, the character Dalton, Patrick Swayze's character, being a good guy and leading and, cleaning up the town, and, when, the town bully, tries to basically put everybody out of business because the town bully doesn't like the fact that, everybody's turning against him and siding with this bouncer, and this guy, the bully, thinks that, he can do whatever he wants and, no repercussions because, he is who he is and blah, 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 and what have you. But anyway, I mean, it's a really great movie. It shows one of my favorite scenes, and I could watch this scene over and over and over and over again. It's when Patrick Swayze's out doing like these stretches or something, and he's like, he's like doing like the karate kind of thing, and he's like in this like Zen position or something, and he, and it's like, it's like all he has on is a pair of pants, and I'm like, yeah, baby, you stand around without your shirt on and let me look, I'm like, there's some eye candy there, baby, Don't get me wrong, I love my husband, but Patrick Swayze was good looking, and it's just like, looking at the good guy, yum, thank you, I mean, the man is, or was, I should say, some serious eye candy. I mean, and, he was a very hard-working actor, Patrick Swayze was, much to his credit. And as a side note, and I forget offhand if I mentioned this when I did my To Wong Foo movie review, but John Leguizamo was in To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, with Patrick Swayze. John Leguizamo, to know him, it's like John Leguizamo cracks, just like cuts up with everybody. He's, comedian and what have you. And Patrick Swayze, and it's an example. This movie, Roadhouse, is an example of, how straight-laced he was. And, Patrick Swayze was the kind of guy, you get in there, do your job, no cutting up, no screwing around. Do your job, get to work, it is what it is. And, they talk about it in, To Wong Foo, about how Patrick Swayze would get so pissed off at John Leguizamo for screwing around and stuff. But, I mean, this is a good movie, like, if you want to see, how it goes the other way, too. Quentin Tarantino from Pulp Fiction. But anyway, you know, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I have some more movies to review, alright? So hang on.